The Oracle Network.
Oh, also, so sorry. Started that in cursive.
How dare you?
I know you guys can't read cursive.
Well, look at the first thing you wrote. You already wrote the first thing in lowercase, and then the...
Well, that one's for me. And me only.
That's not how it works. We have eyes.
My eyes only on that one. What was I just writing?
I don't know.
Oh, reviews. Why am I here?
Hello.
Hey guys, welcome. I'm Abby.
And I'm Shawna.
And this is Anxious,
And Afraid.
the podcast.
Where we talk about spooky things.
Welcome. We're back after a little bit of break.
A little bit. Holidays happened. That's what happened, I guess. The holidays.
Yeah, it was the holidays and like a new year.
Yeah.
It's 2022 now.
Yeah, we're in a different time period now, so.
Yeah. So welcome if it's your first time. Welcome back if it's not.
Hope you missed us. We missed you.
Yep. We do a thing where we trade off each week and tell each other stories.
That's what we try to do.
Yep. So, Shawna.
Yes.
Did anything make you anxious or afraid this last couple weeks?
Okay, well, I'm still pregnant.
No way.
But like big now.
Super big.
It's uncomfortable now.
Yeah.
I'm not having any more fun now.
She's pretty done with it. She's over it at this point.
I'm officially uncomfortable, and I just know I'm going to get more uncomfortable.
Yeah, unfortunately.
And more out of breath, and heartburn has been killer.
I don't know how you could get more out of breath than you already are.
Thanks.
Just like existing is hard.
Literally sitting is exhausting.
So sorry.
Yeah, and then I have like my wrist hurting now.
Oh yeah, you have like weird pregnancy, like carpal tunnel, or
yeah, I've noticed that like the last couple weeks. Like, but weirdly enough, it's like when I'm asleep because I hug a pillow or something, so I bend my wrists for too long, I guess. And when I wake up, they're really sore, and I'm like, "What is this?"
Interesting.
I don't like this.
I like. There's so many things that pregnancy affects that you just don't even think about.
It's literally everything.
It's so
If
weird.
you think of it, pregnancy can cause it. It's really annoying. I mean, luckily, I really do not have much on my list of things that I've experienced. So
That's good.
I'll take some carpal tunnel. But yeah, I'm 35 weeks as of today. I know we took a long break. I don't know what I said last time, but it's been a handful of weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's the size of like spaghetti squash, I think.
Spaghetti squash.
Like huge. She's huge.
Yeah, I just
Over
saw
5
some
pounds.
like recent pictures of her. She's so cute. She got her little feet were wiggling around.
She was wiggling her toes. That was cute.
So cute.
Yeah. So, that's terrifying. Like, I'm ready to be done, but I'm also like, no.
Right.
I don't. Then there's a baby after that.
Yeah, like you're ready for the ride to be over, but not to get off.
Right. And it's just like now I'm like actually thinking about like birth like every day nonstop, and I'm just like,
How do you not? Oh my God, I would spiral all the time. I mean, it's going to be great.
I mean, luckily we're really prepared, and we have like the nursery mostly ready, our bags packed. We have a car seat in the car now. Ew.
Ew.
But yeah, and we're also taking like childbirth classes, so like that's just real like you're gonna go through all of this shit.
Have you already taken one?
2 now.
Oh.
We have 1 more left, and then we have a newborn class that we're gonna watch.
Do you have to do like that stereotypical like Lamaze breathing or whatever?
I mean, she went over breathing, and we practiced it like maybe twice, but it wasn't like cheese ball kind of thing.
Where he's like in your face and you guys are looking at each other like
Exactly. He has to hold up like a certain amount of like he has to hold his 2 fingers or 3 fingers up, and I have to like follow that.
I feel like he's gonna have to do that just to keep from passing out. He's gonna
Honestly,
have to focus.
I'm also worried about Chad, like
Passing out,
freaking out, not knowing what to do, passing out, getting queasy if he sees anything too graphic.
It's gonna be rough.
Yeah,
I mean, it's gonna be great.
I mean, it's
beautiful.
Thanks. It's just in our face now, and I can't escape it, and it's terrifying.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to use that until I'm done being pregnant.
Yeah, that's a good reason to be anxious or afraid.
It's just building and building. Like, and I don't know. Like, I don't have, like, a date to get induced or anything. So I'm just, like, And I'm on like a Facebook group of like February babies or whatever. And like so many people are just having their babies now.
Oh, shit. I would want to see that. I'd be like, stop it.
I know. They're like 34, 35 weeks. And I'm like, I'm there. And I literally could just.
It could just be any
It could just
moment.
happen if she's ready.
Stop.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Okay, but what about you?
I mean, yeah, it's pretty bad.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
Well, I don't know. What was I going to talk about? I mean, no, I'll change my mind because this morning we had a tsunami warning and that stressed me out.
That's true.
For our coast. Well, for a lot of coasts. For the whole coast of the
West Coast.
West. The coast of the West.
Coast of the West. California, you're included. Yeah, I just got like a CNN notification that was like 4-foot waves and that like boats had to be careful and like people shouldn't be at the beach. And it's just like, that's.
Yeah, that poor island. And then we had that a person commented on our Facebook about it. I was just like, was it? Oh, I don't want to say the word wrong. Was it Tonga Island? I can't remember.
I don't know.
But scary. Those poor people. Sorry if that was you or if you're affected by that. Like, how terrifying.
Yeah.
And like just the fact that we had a tsunami, like, I don't know, warning or advisory on our coast is pretty wild.
Yeah, we never, I don't really feel like I've ever remembered it being that level. It was just always like, there was an earthquake and there's nothing to worry about.
Right. But I think I saw just like one video and it was not a big wave at all, but they're just like, it's here. It was like 4 feet or 4 inches tall. They're like, look at that wave.
It's just like a higher tide.
Yeah. It's like, But yeah,
funny.
California got like 4 feet waves or something crazy.
This is the beginning of the end, I think.
Oh, great.
I'm just gonna bring it right there. Oh, one thing I watched, I won't mention before, but the movie Don't Look Up. Have you seen that on Netflix?
No, I keep hearing about it.
Oh, my Leonardo DiCaprio, yes, and Jennifer Lawrence, yes,
And Meryl Streep.
that's
yes.
true, and Jonah Hill, he was funny. Really realistic movie, like.
That's almost what is keeping me from watching it because I'm like, it's gonna be one of those movies that's gonna make me kind of feel icky and probably sad.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, it wasn't too overwhelmingly for me.
Okay.
There was another like end of the world movie with like Steve Carell and Keira Knightley, right?
Seeking a Friend for the End of the World.
Yeah, I feel like that made me feel even more gross.
That one was because they like died together at the end or something. I was like, that's dark.
I mean, a spoiler alert, it doesn't end well in this movie, but
you don't say.
But yeah, it was really good.
All right.
It was like the first movie I've watched in like how many years? I don't know. I don't watch movies anymore.
Oh, really?
I know.
I love a good movie. All right, I'll add it to the list.
Do it.
Okay.
Sorry if I interrupted you.
I don't think you did.
Okay.
I can be done talking about tsunamis.
Yeah, those are a scary one.
Mm-hmm.
I used to have tsunami nightmares.
I know.
Those are not fun.
I mean, I've always been just weirdly scared of tsunamis, even though it probably wouldn't affect where we are here.
True.
We'd probably be fine.
We're going to get flooded by the dams. Isn't that the thing that's going to happen because we're in the valley?
And we'll all die for one reason or another. But
it's going to be terrible.
We do stay at the coast. Every time we stay at the coast, I'm like, is this going to be the time we die?
I know. So true.
But anyway.
We're so optimistic here.
And in a great mood. And we have great aspirations for 2022. It's going well.
Goodness. Okay.
What are we here for?
Me?
You.
It's my turn. I have something for you.
Yes.
A story.
Give it to me.
Okay. So, you pulled a sneaky maneuver and you pulled me back on the odd number scale. It's fine. I'll get you back somehow.
My sneaky two-parter.
So this is episode 91.
Oh my god, we forgot to say last time it was episode 90.
I know, we were so upset with ourselves because that's like such a big milestone.
Yeah.
We're
91.
idiots.
Woo!
91. We're getting close to 100. What the heck?
Nuts.
So that's where we're at, and I'm giving you a story.
Okay.
A mixture of stories. And I guess I'm just going to tell you the title of it. It's The Disappearance of Frederick Valentich.
Don't know it.
Okay, good.
All right.
But yeah, I'm giving you a mystery story.
I love it. I love a good mystery.
Okay.
Although they always leave me hungry.
True. Unsatisfactory.
But
we still eat it.
yeah, that's part of it.
Okay. If I can get my eyes to adjust here. All right. So I'm going to be taking you over to the other side of the world, to southern Australia.
Okay.
More specifically, right in between Australia and Tasmania.
Oh, hello, Tasmania. We know some fans over there.
I know. I wrote down Tasmania is where we have our delightful friend Sky. Hey,
Hello.
boo.
I think it was Sky that was talking about the tsunami.
Was it her?
Shout out to you, Sky.
Them? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know her pronouns. I'm trying to be PC.
Them. Sorry.
And I hope your first name is Sky, given your handle.
Maybe we just fucked it all up. Who knows?
I know. Oh, well. But we see you, we hear you, and we talk to you, boo. Okay. Hi, I'm doing this area.
Great. I am here for it.
So we should all have a great time.
Yes.
Okay.
Beautiful.
All right. It was the sunset hour on October 21st, 1978.
78. Okay.
A young pilot named Frederick Valentich started his trip from, I think it's Moorabbin, Australia, to King Island, which is right above Tasmania. So it's an island between the two lands. So, yes, he's a pilot. This is an airplane story as well.
You and your airplane stories.
I can't get enough.
I know. I love them. I eat them up.
This story has everything for real.
Oh.
Okay. So, yeah. He rented a Cessna 182L craft, which is a very small, only like a handful of people can be in it, size plane. Very small. And this, he went on his 125 nautical mile or 232 kilometer journey, which would have taken him about 41 minutes to achieve.
Okay.
Also, the body of water in between King Island and Australia is called Bass Strait, I believe. There was a lot of things I had to look up how to pronounce.
Okay.
But I believe it's pronounced Bass Strait. And this specific area of water is kind of famous or well known to be a bit difficult for flying conditions.
Oh.
Almost like a mini
little Bermuda
triangle area.
Little Bermuda situation happening. Okay.
However, on this night of his flight, the weather was reported to be clear skies and calm winds.
Okay.
As it always is in these kind of stories.
It always is.
Right?
They're always like, the weather was great. He was having a grand time.
There was no scare or worry in the world.
Until there was.
And then this happened. Nice. I both like how we went into that.
Yeah, we both changed our face and did a double chin.
Double chin. I don't have to try for that. Okay. Okay, so the supposed reasons for Frederick to make this flight was either to pick up his friends that were staying at King Island, or to meet up with them for a dinner date, or it could have been the reason of picking up crayfish to bring back home.
Okay, those are wildly different reasons.
It's either his friends or some fish.
I'm here for friends and fish. Friends with the side of fish.
The side of fish. Yeah.
Also, just cute, gonna fly there.
I know.
Very casual.
I mean, I guess it's not that weird. I don't know. It is kind of weird.
I mean, as a person who doesn't know how to fly a plane, it feels weird to me.
Yeah, just to meet up for a friend's day. I mean, it's 41, so it's like taking a 41-minute drive, but like in the sky.
What a cool option, though. Like, I wish. No, I'd be too scared.
No way.
No.
Nope.
I would end up on one of these episodes. Some white bitches podcast.
Like ours. We're white bitches. Okay, so it could have been any of those reasons, but none of us know exactly why. It's never been verified which was true or what.
But he was a traveler. That was the main thing.
That's what his thing was this night. That's what that is. Okay. At 7:06 p.m. during his flight, Vanlentich decided that he needed to call the Melbourne Flight Service unit.
Uh-oh.
Now, this is the part where I am going to put Michael to work a little bit. Hi, Michael. Wake up. Hello.
He must clear his throat.
Yes, so I'm going to have him help me read like the back and forth transcript of the last words.
Oh my gosh, this is exciting. We haven't made him do this since like that one episode. Which one was it? It was way back in the beginning. I made him do this with me a long time ago.
Yeah. Well, here we are again. We're going to do it.
You look super thrilled.
So, yeah, these are going to be the last known words of Frederick Valentich.
Oh, and have you told me who I'm reading for yet?
Which part are you playing?
I'm going to tell you right now. Everyone calm down. Everyone chill.
Check the cast list. Did you get a part?
I'm going to explain. Everyone just calm down.
Gonna explain. Such attitude from the director.
Okay. So before we get started, actually, I did want to say that I kind of edited this transcript down, but the general message is the same. I also corrected it like grammatically. Yes, that grammatically. So it's easier to like flow when we go back and forth.
Okay.
And it's not like the official, like they have like Delta's, Juliet, whatever.
Oh, okay.
How they go back and forth. I
Yeah.
just deleted all that because that's too much to say.
Okay.
So
That's
what I
not
did to it.
verbatim, but this is the gist of it.
I did mess with it, but it's the same gist.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to be reading the part of Vanlentich, the pilot, and Michael's going to be the flight service unit.
I said it was actually kind of you to give me less words.
I know.
Are you going to give him a motivation or like...
No, I think I got it.
Okay.
I gave him the easier part
I'm
to
flight control.
Your flight control.
Yeah.
His motivation is to remain calm. Okay.
read. Right,
Monotone thing that I do. Yeah.
right.
This is perfect for Michael.
It is. There you go. Because you have to be very monotone. This is what you are. Okay. All right, so I'll try my best. I'm not going to be like too crazy in here because whatever.
Okay. Theater.
Okay, everyone listen up. This is it.
Okay.
Let me catch my breath for a second. Okay. Is there any known traffic below 5,000?
No known traffic.
There seems to be a large aircraft below 5,000.
What type of aircraft is it?
I cannot affirm. It is a 4 bright. It seems to be like landing lights. The aircraft has just passed over me, at least 1,000 feet above.
Roger. And is it a large aircraft? Confirm.
Unknown due to the speed it's traveling. Is there any Air Force aircraft in the vicinity?
No known aircraft in the vicinity.
It's approaching now from due east towards me. It seems to be that he is playing some sort of game. He's flying over me 3 times, or he's flying over me 3 times at a time, a speed I cannot identify.
Roger. What is your actual level?
My level is 4,500, 4500.
And confirm you cannot identify the aircraft.
Affirmative.
Roger. Stand by.
It's not an aircraft. It is...
Can you describe the aircraft?
As it's flying past, it's a long shape. I cannot identify more than that. It has such speed.
Roger. And how large would the object be?
It seems like it's stationary. What I'm doing right now is orbiting, and the thing is just orbiting on top of me. Also, it's got a green light, and it's sort of metallic. It's like it's all shiny on the outside. It just vanished. Would you know what kind of aircraft I've got? Is it a type of military aircraft?
Confirm the aircraft just vanished?
Say again.
Is the aircraft still with you?
Now approaching from southwest. The engine is rough idling. I've got it set to 23-24, and the thing is...
Roger. What are your intentions?
My intentions are to go to King Island and Melbourne. That strange aircraft is hovering on top of me again. It's hovering, and it's not an aircraft.
Oh.
And then there's like a metallic scraping sound, and that is the end
Shit!
of any record of any transmission from that
Okay,
aircraft.
well, I'd just like to applaud both of your
Did we do okay?
performances. I was hanging on your every word. What the fuck?
Isn't that crazy, creepy,
Okay,
weird?
I was not expecting this to take an alien turn.
I'm also giving you an alien story.
Oh, it really does have everything.
I know. I'm so proud of myself.
My God, how have I not heard of this one? That's so crazy. The just like, oh, there's a transcript of that.
Right?
Wow,
Pretty like spooky.
that was
chilly.
super spooky.
Oh my gosh, thank y'all. Okay, so yes, there's also, was it alien?
That, oh my God, that is so spooky. The way he's described it, like vanishing, and I mean, it's just like, it
And the
seems like all the
speed.
stereotypical stuff you hear about, and like those Air Force videos and stuff that you see, like they're like they're buzzing us or whatever. Same shit.
Yeah, the speed really gets me, and like he's trying to justify, like, is this a military aircraft? Like,
Yeah.
this doesn't look normal to me.
He's like, y'all, What is happening?
Yeah. Okay, so search and rescue, both by sea and air, quickly began. They searched over 1,000 square miles or 2,600 kilometers squared before they ended up calling it off 3 days later on October 25th, 1978. Neither the pilot nor the aircraft have ever been found.
No.
I know, it's
my
sad.
God. That's so scary. They heard his last moments.
I know, I hate that.
What?
So chilling.
I
So
thought
great.
that
And obviously it was probably more like, he was probably scary, screaming and like, what the fuck?
Ooh, that's... Oh, yeah, I wonder... Oh, okay.
And you're like alone in a plane.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay. An investigation by the Australian Department of Transport never determined the cause of Valentich's disappearance, but they did presume that it was fatal since he was never found.
Mm-hmm.
On July of 1983, so 5 years after he and his aircraft went missing, the engine cowl flap, it's part of the plane,
Sure.
was found washed ashore on Flinders Island, which is also between Australia and Tasmania, but on the right side of Tasmania. So there's 2 islands on each side.
Okay.
So
How did it get over there?
well, I mean, over the years,
Oh, just floated it that way?
it could have traveled, yeah.
Shoot.
Okay. The Bureau of Air Safety Investigation noted that the part did belong to a Cessna 182 craft within the range of serial numbers, which did include Valentich's aircraft. So
Yeah.
it's probably from him.
pretty good indication.
But that's the only thing they've ever found of it.
I mean, at least it's some kind of evidence that he went down or that the plane went down.
Yeah.
Shitty, though.
Sucks. Okay. So now during the time of the disappearance, some residents of King Island had been reporting sightings of strange bright lights in the sky for about 6 weeks. On the same night of the incident, in a town 35 miles southwest of Melbourne, a bank manager and his wife reported seeing a large glowing star-shaped object hovering in the sky for nearly an hour. And as they drove down the highway, they claimed it seemed to be cruising right above them and that it was bright and it had a green flickering light on the end. So this also has a green light, which is eerie. Okay, there was also a vacationing plumber who was...
Don't know why that would make me laugh.
It's a plumber. He takes vacation.
He's a vacationing plumber.
Yeah, so that's why he was taking pictures. Because he's on vacation. That's what you do on vacation.
He's yep. Picture taking vacationing plumber. Okay.
Okay, let me start over.
I just like that you included his profession. I don't know. Just
That's how it was on the internet, so I took it.
okay.
Okay, a vacationing plumber also happened to be taking photos of the sunset over the Bass Strait. Anyways, sorry if I'm white and American. Over that same body of water. He apparently didn't notice anything strange at the time, but when the photos were developed, the 4th and 6th picture had a black mass in them, and it looked as if something was coming up from the water.
Ew, like out of the water?
Yeah, like the 4th picture was like right in the water, kind of above, and then the 6th one was out of the water.
Oh, that gives me the heebie-jeebies because I've heard of other sightings of like boiling water or like bubbling water where like, and then they fly up out of it or dive down into the ocean. It's just like, ew, it's so creepy.
What's the abbreviation? SFOs? Submerged
Oh,
flying object? No, it would be flying. But there's UFOs also in the ocean.
yes.
That's what I'm getting at.
I've listened to a podcast on that subject before.
They're
and
everywhere.
I can't remember it.
They're in the oceans. They're by the volcanoes. They're in the sky.
Yeah.
They're above military and nuclear stuff.
What if those aliens are vacationing plumbers from their planet? They're just taking photos.
And we're the one UFOs or whatever. Okay, so yeah, that's just like kind of like an odd detail, I guess. It's kind of hard to find a picture online, but I did find a link that shows one of them, and it's like, it's hard. The pictures weren't ever clear enough to identify the black object or anything. So a lot of skeptics are like, that's probably just an out of focus bird or a fly or a smudge or whatever.
Sure.
But, it's something like the UFO believers like to mention, add to their list of things of odd.
Sure.
UFO believers do like to Nope. UFO believers do like to speculate that aliens either destroyed the aircraft or that they abducted Valentich.
Yeah. I was like, oh, that's not very cool, those aliens. But what if they, beamed him up, Scotty, like into their aircraft? Or they just freaked him out and he crashed. Is my thought.
Yeah, I know what you mean, because I don't, despite all the movies and junk, I don't believe aliens attack. They would have by now.
I mean, you don't know. Maybe one has road rage or something. There's always an asshole.
No, we're the dumb ones. They're the smart ones. I feel like they're not violent.
We're the monkeys.
We're the violent ones. They're scared of us because we're violent and crazy.
Yeah, I don't know.
But you know what I mean?
I feel like
why would they attack him?
I don't know. But I just feel like they were really curious and it freaked him out and he just lost control of his aircraft.
Sure.
I would.
Oh, for sure.
If something that big was just like hovering over the top of me and just racing away. Like, how terrifying is that?
It's terrifying.
Oh, and he had to spend his last moments alone. Oh, poor guy. Unless he got abducted.
Which would be a nice thought. Hopefully he's just chilling with the aliens.
Some people don't have the best experiences during abductions.
No, but yeah.
Let's hope if he did get abducted, it was like with the chillest of aliens.
I picture him with like a Hawaiian shirt with
oh my god,
aliens.
That's how I pictured him.
With
like a tropical drink.
Why do we
don't know.
braid?
That's the weirdest thing to picture.
He's wearing flip-flops. What color
Why
is the
did we
Hawaiian
both
shirt?
picture that? This is very strange.
What color did you picture?
The shirt?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. It was like a blue and red print.
Oh, okay. I was kind of thinking orangish.
Well, that's
there's
close.
where we differ.
That's close.
Yeah, but maybe they're just enjoying some Mai Tais or whatever.
Yeah. Okay. That's what's happening. An alien Mai Tai.
Right. But you might change your mind as we go along.
Okay.
Guido Vanlentich, Frederick's father, did confirm that his son used to study UFOs as a hobby, and he did so for many years. Ooh. So he was like all about this UFO journey. Like he would have been our friend.
Oh. So he was like psychically projecting, like, come get me, boys?
I don't know if it went like that far, but he was like, you exist and I know it.
And I know it.
I know it for sure. He believed the existence of UFOs, but he also believed that either himself or the whole world, I couldn't really get a grasp on line which one it kind of was, but he thought that they would be attacking.
Oh, so he thought that they were aggressive.
Yeah, like he was like, we're going to get attacked, like they're going to attack the world or they're going to attack me.
Oh.
Or he was like always afraid that he would get abducted or something. He was like a little extra with the
It was
with the
on
UFOs.
his mind, which is very unfortunate that he
that was kind of obsessive.
Well,
not obsessive, but like a little bit.
Well, I mean, if it really happened that way, like that's like his worst nightmare, and that's how he died or whatever, disappeared,
or that's what he believed happened,
and it was something else,
and it was his ultimate fear, though. Still,
yeah, terrifying.
So.
But I see what you're saying.
Okay, good, because that's my point.
Okay.
Right. So before I get any further into the history about him, let's take a little break.
Okay.
Okay. Hello, we're back.
Hi.
All right. So I'm going to give you a little bit more interesting facts about our friend, Freddie V. Or Freddie Val.
Freddie Val.
Okay. So he was actually only 20 years old at the time of his disappearance.
20?
Yeah, he was a baby child, right?
Couldn't even, well, I don't know if they can legally drink over there. Probably can. But
Probably
here
can.
You wouldn't be able to legally drink. That's crazy to be flying a plane around.
Right? It's just pretty young.
It's just only 2 decades on this earth is all.
Right. He held a class 4 instrument rating, which gave him the authority to fly at night, but only in visual meteorological I hope I said that right.
You did, just long.
Okay. Conditions. So had to be pretty visible.
Okay.
But he also only had 150 flying hours under his belt.
That's not a lot?
I feel like that's not a lot. Am I just being dumb?
No. I am an ignoramus. I don't know anything about anything. So
I just feel like it should be a little bit more.
yeah, I feel like training or like flight school, you have to have a lot of flying
Right.
hours.
I mean, he was probably just like in the beginnings of that. So
yeah,
he
he's
was
only 20.
Right. You're right. But it sucks because it doesn't seem very
So just not
experienced.
super experienced.
Right.
Pilot.
Right. He did become a member of the Royal Australian Air Force Air Training Corps. Flying was Frederick's biggest passion. It's what he thought about all the time. He was so determined to have a career in aviation.
Oh.
So, like, he was like, I must be a pilot. I'm going to make it happen. Mm-hmm. Which is cute.
It's cute. And sad.
Oh, yeah. He applied to officially enlist into the Royal Australian Air Force twice, but got rejected both times because of inadequate educational qualifications.
What?
So he wasn't educated enough when he applied.
Huh. Is that a thing in the U.S. too? Do you have to have like a diploma? I wonder.
I would hope so for plane flying.
Well, yeah, for plane flying. But I mean, just for general enlistment. I actually don't know. I wonder if you have to have your like GED or something to enlist, or if it's just an age requirement. I have no idea. Interesting. I'll have to look.
We clearly don't know what we're talking about.
Spiraling.
But that's like the official Air Force
Okay.
for Australia.
Yeah. So he wasn't educated enough.
Right. That's what they were saying. They were like, no, honey, you're not.
In
educated."
flight? Like he didn't have enough flying hours?
I mean, I don't know the specifics, but
Okay.
I mean, he just wasn't ready is what they were saying. You're not ready.
Come back.
You learn more shit. Valentich would study to become a commercial pilot part-time, but this guy couldn't get a handle on it.
Oh.
And he was always having a poor achievement record.
Oh. So he just wasn't a very good pilot?
Sounds like he's like a C student.
Oh, no.
CD.
I don't want a C pilot to be my pilot.
Right. I mean, he was trying.
Yeah.
Bless his little heart.
Bless
but
him.
like,
It's just like sometimes you're not good at something. That's okay.
right.
Oh, but it was his
sad.
dream.
I know. So determined.
It's just like such a scary thing to fail at is the thing.
Yeah, it is.
It's not like falling off a bike. You're gonna
It's fucking plain.
die.
You're gonna die.
You'll die.
You'll die. Yes. He also failed all 5 commercial licensing subjects twice.
Oh, honey.
So he had a hard time.
He had a time. He wasn't, school wasn't his thing.
Right. Okay. He also made some poor choices while flying, and he got himself into some hot water.
Oh man.
He was, it just was like, oh, it's because you were a 20-year-old man.
Yeah, he was 20.
You felt invincible, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he didn't make the best of choices. One time, he strayed into a controlled zone in Sydney, and he was given a warning for it, like a no-fly area. He
Ooh.
caught himself in there, or something like that.
Get out of here, kid.
Right, and he's like, don't you do that again. But he did I think I would assume accidentally did that. Mm-hmm. But he did it. But also, he then purposefully flew right into a cloud twice, which is a huge no-no, and he literally almost got prosecuted for it.
Oh, wait. Who caught him? Like, what? Was it like
Probably during training.
Oh, okay. I was like, I have so many questions. Like, was somebody on the ground and being like, hey, they're flying into a cloud. Tell somebody. Okay.
It's probably during, like his school flight training.
Got it.
School flying plane training school.
And you just never know what's in that cloud. So
Right.
That's why you're not supposed to just fly into one.
Right. And like they're heavy, they're moisture. I think if you can avoid it, why go into it? But then he was like, a fucking cloud. Let's go
He's
in
like,
it.
will I bounce off of it? They look bouncy.
Yeah. So, and he did that purposely twice, which is like, honey, like,
Oh, you dingbat. What are you doing?
you're dumb. That's actually you're bad.
That was definitely your bad.
Okay. So here are some theories I like to go through as to what happened to our friend Freddie Val. Obviously, the UFO theory is fun. UFO enthusiasts obviously think aliens are to blame for either attacking or abducting him, given his transcript and stuff. Another very, in my opinion, unlikely theory is that Frederick was so upset with all of his life's failings that he wanted to start over, and he staged his own disappearance. Which I feel like people do or attempt, but I don't get the vibe this guy was smart enough to do that.
Also, he knows how to fly a plane, so if he wanted to disappear, he could do that by flying somewhere. I don't know, like, to get away. Like, I don't know, it just seems like a weird way to stage your own disappearance. To bail out of a plane over water, like, that's really dangerous.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. People think this theory is possible because on the same night of his disappearance, police received several reports of an unidentified light aircraft landing on Cape Otway.
Oh, okay, so they're saying he didn't bail out over water.
Right. I mean, yeah, unidentified meaning they didn't know who was flying this plane type thing, and it was the same kind of small aircraft that was doing a mystery landing. Okay. That wasn't, like, reported or something.
All right.
So, I guess.
Yeah.
They have that.
But it's like, I don't know. What was he running from? Why would you need to completely disappear?
Right.
So
like,
extreme.
Were you that upset? Like, I don't know. Also, the single-engine Cessna 182 plane definitely had enough fuel to reach Cape Otway, and despite ideal clear conditions, at no time was his aircraft detected on anyone's radar. So I think that is a thing, because where, like, you can fly a plane too low where it's not captured on people's radar.
I've heard of that.
Yeah, because I feel like that was the excuse of why, like, the Tiger King, the wife person, Carol Baskin.
That bitch Carol Baskin.
Right. Instead of her killing her husband and feeding him to the tigers, he just flew a plane and bounced away, you know?
Yeah. Yes,
I think that's what they say.
Okay.
But I think that's the thing. Yeah. So you can, like, so he wasn't detected, and then there was this mystery little aircraft landing somewhere, and they're like, was that him?
That's pointing to he could have started over.
Right.
Possibly.
Right.
Okay.
Staged his own death. But, like, I don't get how people do that. But that's one theory. Another possible explanation would be that Vanlentich somehow became disoriented and ended up flying his aircraft upside down.
What?
Which I don't like thinking about that. Making the lights that he was describing as seeing would be his own aircraft lights reflecting off the water, and then he crashed into the water.
That would be an embarrassing mistake to make.
Right.
That's something I would do. And also, how do you not, like, feel the gravity of, like, your hair, like, your blood rushing to your head if you're upside down? I don't understand. Right.
And I think I read on an article that I was sourcing or whatever, one of the guys was like, if, like, you would have been able to tell even if you're disoriented, you'd be able to feel like you're upside down. Like, you'll see the butts and things falling, like butts of cigarettes is what he was saying.
Not his butt.
Right. Sorry, my bad. But, like, falling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
or, like, wouldn't there be, like, all of your indicators on the plane, like, all of your readings, wouldn't those be going off? Like,
I would hope so.
Hey, idiot, you're upside down.
Right? You would think so. Huh. So you would think it wouldn't be for a long period of time.
I could see, like, if you went into, like, a spiral and came out of it upside down, how that would be disorienting. But
interesting you say that. Oh, you're kind of smart.
I'm actually a pilot.
Okay, but before we move on, there's also people that dispute this theory, because another example besides the one that we were talking about, like, you would know if you're upside down, right? But the model plane, the Cessna, being flown was also had a gravity feed fuel system, which if he was flying upside down, the engine would have cut out really quickly. So they're like, nah, that can't happen, right? It's too long of a back and forth, like, conversation between about this aircraft. Then I shortened it. So there was a lot of actual, like, pauses that I just took out. Sure. They were like, microphone paused for, like, 10 seconds.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I guess that's another theory.
Okay.
The most likely scenario was actually introduced in 2013.
Oh, recent.
Yeah, ish. And we're getting old now, though.
Don't tell
We think that's recent, but it's kind
Shut
of
up,
not.
it's fine.
It's 2020.
It's happened really just the other day.
It's literally almost 2 decades ago. Right?
up.
Am I doing math right, or do I have
10
to
years ago.
Okay. Thank God. God, I almost had a panic attack. I can't do math. Why do I even try?
2 3.
What?
Was that 30 years ago?
My bad. Pregnancy brain.
You scared me for a second. I'm very gullible. I'm like, it was.
Right? I'm so bad at math. It's so stupid.
Call the math department.
Okay. Help us. Okay. So back in 2013, this is when the transcript and the incident was reviewed by James McGaw. It was James. Who was also an astronomer and a retired U.S. Air Force pilot.
Okay,
So hello. And he was alongside an author named Joe Nickel. Joe and James.
Joe and James and Giant Beach. Okay.
Okay, so they concluded that Valentich was deceived by the illusion of a tilted horizon, which apparently can happen when the sun is setting.
Okay.
Which was the exact time he was flying.
Right.
So to compensate, using the horizon as his guide, I guess, Valentich would have inadvertently put his aircraft into a downward position, which is also called the graveyard spiral.
I don't like that.
I don't like that either.
Uh-oh.
But it's a spiral like you talked about.
Uh-oh.
So if the craft was now spiraling down, Valentich probably mistook that as the simple like orbiting that he was describing that he was doing of the supposed aircraft that he was seeing. So, I mean, you would also be disoriented because it's like an illusion.
Yeah.
And then you're correcting yourself, but it's not correcting. It's making it worse.
I just how would you not feel yourself spiraling?
Right. And you'd think that the plane would indicate.
You?
I don't know. But he was also very not a good pilot. So he was probably just like, duh, the horizon's tilted. So it means I'm tilted when he's not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They proposed that the stationary lights that he was seeing were probably the planets Venus, Mars, and Mercury, along with Antares. Yes, Antares, which is a bright star.
Okay.
So that's what they think he was seeing.
What about the green light?
True, good question.
Green light?
True.
I don't like
Mars
that
is red. I don't know if the other ones look green. But they were apparently bright enough that they think he mistook it as lights while he was spiraling and disoriented.
Wow.
Also, the spiraling downwards would also decrease fuel flow, which would explain the rough idling that Valentich reported. So they are explaining a handful of things, but one thing they don't explain is the speed of the craft that he was describing. That's always what gets me.
It just sounded very indicative of like the sightings that we hear about now. Like it just sounded the same as like the ships that people, I don't know, see over the ocean and stuff.
And the long shape,
like the Tic Tac.
Yeah, the Tic Tac makes me think of the Tic Tac episode.
Yeah.
But the video.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. So it's still kind of like a mystery because I'm like, he probably did he see a UFO? But then he made mistakes.
I feel like he saw I feel like he saw an unidentified object, whatever that may have been. It could have been military or something that wasn't
True.
disclosed. They usually don't if someone dies because they were around. But like, oops, that wasn't us. But I feel like he probably did see a ship, and then he just got so rattled and clearly wasn't that great of a pilot that he just lost control and crashed into the ocean.
Yeah. I like to think it wasn't the planets that they're trying to rationalize. It was like still a UFO. Hello.
Yeah, I think it was.
But then he still spiraled out of control and just crashed because he was like, what the fuck?
What the fuck?
He wasn't paying attention. I don't know. Especially if he was so obsessed with UFOs too.
Yeah, because, like, if he was so obsessed with UFOs and then he saw one in real life, he would lose his fucking shit.
Right.
And he thought they were aggressive, so he would have been even more freaked out.
Right. But then they say, like, oh, then that's, like, he's biased because he, like, wants to see a UFO, you know?
Yeah, which is why I'm not discounting that it could have just been a military craft or something.
True.
Maybe they would have known. I was like, maybe he, like, flew into the wrong area again on accident. But they would have known where he was, right?
Right. I also just don't like the excuse of, like, oh, you were just looking at planets or stars. And it's just like, how does that look like what people describe when they're talking about UFOs? Like,
that is the weirdest excuse I've ever heard for seeing.
It seems like a cheap excuse to me. Like,
yeah,
it's like,
I feel like if it's discernible enough to be like, there is a green light,
right,
that
and metallic looking, shiny.
Yeah, it's not a faraway planet. I don't like. That's stupid.
It makes me mad. I'm like, I'm not.
It makes me rage against everything in this story.
Right, like I have eyes, and that's not a planet. Yeah, so interesting. Okay, well, I was going to ask what you think happened, but you pretty much explained.
I'm very opinionated and unqualified.
But yeah, that's the mystery.
Oh shoot! Boo. Okay, I loved that story. That did have a lot of things.
Right, short and sweet,
and a performance piece from Michael. That was a great.
Oh my gosh, I nailed a lot of things off the list.
Just boom, boom, boom.
So many things.
Everyone's gonna be so happy.
I really hope so.
Good job, though. I really like that story.
Thank you. I
do love a good one. It's always fun on mysteries, though, to kind of speculate, like.
Oh, for sure.
Especially something like this, where it could be so many different things.
I'm really glad I found this one, and I was like, this is a good one to come back with.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard of that one actually before, so that was fun.
Yeah, fun stuff.
Sweet. All right.
Oh. City of the Week stuff.
Yeah, City of the Week stuff.
Oh yeah, I gotta do a thing.
That's your job. And this week, it's Cleveland. Not Ohio, but Tennessee. Tennessee. Hey, boo. We've been seeing you the last couple weeks. Y'all is obsessed with us.
That's what you were saying. I'm shook. Like,
I know.
Hello.
Tennessee's been our top state for a couple weeks now. I'm like, okay,
that's
Tennessee.
Out of nowhere.
I know.
That's cool. Thanks, guys.
Hey, if you're from there and you're binging, we see you.
Yes, we appreciate you. We love you.
Thank you. What else? Watching, listening to. You talk.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Talk now.
I'll just like bring up a cute, fun one that I watched because I was really happy that it went on Netflix. And I mentioned before my newfound love for Bo Burnham, and he did a MTV show in 2013, like forever ago. So it's Baby Bo Burnham.
2 decades ago.
You're right. But it's like one season. It's like really stupid humor. But as the more I watched it, like I was just cracking up. He cracks me up. So I recommend that. It's called Zach Stone's Gonna Be Famous.
Okay.
And he's Zach Stone, and he's gonna be famous.
I love it. And where is it available?
No, it's now on Netflix.
Okay.
So it's a fun, easy little watch.
And he's hilarious. Everything he does.
I just love his face.
Well, I keep forgetting to mention we've been watching this for a while, but also on Netflix is a show called Cowboy Bebop, and I'm sure y'all have seen it pop up because it's probably one of the more popular ones. But it's super good if you haven't seen it. Just watch it.
Okay.
Just do it.
We'll take your word for it.
Yeah, I don't feel like explaining it, so.
Wow.
I'm hot and hungry.
That's also true. It's gotten warmer up here, like all of a sudden.
Yeah, the heat kicked on, so now I'm tired.
Oh, we got to turn that shit off. Gotta do that. All right. What about one quick review before we go? Because we've gotten some.
Yeah, we got some reviews.
Oh my gosh! Thanks, guys. This makes our day.
Yeah, let me read one because it was really, really nice one. 5 stars, and it's titled 10 out of 10 would recommend. Thank you. I just started listening the other week. I'm now binge listening to all your episodes. I guess it's a good thing I started late in the game. Haha. You guys do a great job. Super interesting topics, really in-depth info-wise, and you guys have great chemistry and are so funny. Thanks for all the stories and laughs. Heart. Thanks, Ash Josh.
That's so sweet. Thank you. I love that we were getting more binge-worthy
comments.
I
guess we're bingeable.
which is great.
I don't know what makes you binge worthy, but I like that we have it.
We got something and people like it.
That crazy inconsistent sparkle. Just keeps them coming back.
But thank you so much. We appreciate it. Give us rates and reviews and we'll read them out.
We will. We'll read them. So thank you for sending those. Those honestly always make our day. I always send them to Shawna.
Numbers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then more people see us or hear us, whatever. Thank you.
I don't
have anything else.
All right. Well, then until next time, guys. Goodbye.
Bye.
Okay, I got my credits listed as wikipedia.com, snopes.com, planeandpilotmag.com. Our music is by Broke for Free, and we're edited by Michael.
All right, you guys, you know the drill. All right, Anxious and Afraid the Pod is our handle for both our Facebook page and the group, along with our Instagram and Gmail.
We're also on Twitter at AA the Pod.
You can support us at patreon.com/anxious and afraid. You get some cool perks, ad-free episodes. You get a release a day early. You get a sticker. You get a shout out.
We also have some cute, fun merch if you're interested in that. I always recommend buying a size up in men's. And you can find all of that listed in our episode notes and our website, which is really cute. And that's anxiousandafraid.com. Check it out.
You can also support us for free by leaving a rate and review. And please subscribe and tell your friends.
Anxious and Afraid is partnered with the Oracle Network.